we don't have a stop and start time in our relationship with folks.
Absolutely.
We meet many people bedside after their injury, and we build relationship with them starting at, many of us who are at the hospital, our colleagues that spend the time in the hospital see them bedside, so do you. And then we have this opportunity to build a relationship with them that endures for really as long as they need us and as long as we want. And so whereas many programs have, an 18-month and you age out or you max out of your time, we really allow people who work with us to be in the driver's seat and determine what they need and how much they need of us.
What we do and how we do it is very intentional. So when we try to make that initial contact and build that relationship, it is something that is taken very seriously. And what I love about it is that we do it from a standpoint of being right next to them. So we'll get them at the hospital, of course, after they come in from a traumatic event. And then after that, we are there to walk with them through the process.
Another thing that makes this program unique is the fact that all of the staff who are in helping roles are mental health professionals. So licensed clinical social workers, licensed professional counselors, and it makes the work, it makes all of us equipped to both meet the concrete needs of folks when we're taking them, for instance, to get an ID or to do something practical, but also be able to marry that with counseling work alongside. There are also two other things that I want to mention, which is one that regardless of sort of the theory that we might use, that we do relationally framed work. And what that really means is the relationship with each participant is of utmost importance to us.
I think this is something that provides them with the knowledge and, again, that individuality to be able to know if I want to be able to work on my health, I need to be able to call a doctor.
Right.
I need to be able to set up an appointment. I'm not feeling too good mentally. Let me call my psychiatrist. Or I'm out of medication. I need to be able to walk alongside with them to the point where they're able to get those needs met on their own is very good. It speaks to what we're meant to do, which is to be able to help them learn and ultimately get themselves to a point where they're powerful.
Right.
They're inspired and they have enough knowledge, courage, and even understanding to manage their current situations that may be and any future interactions that may come up. So
that's a perfect segue into the one other thing that I wanted to mention, which is that, on our team sometimes we do talk theory, but it's kind of always in the backdrop, even if it's not explicit. And part of the reason that we have this blended model where we mix non-traditional psychotherapeutic support with concrete service provision is because we realize that when people's basic needs aren't being met, that none of the relationship work and the healing, the healing-centered care that we'd like to provide, none of those get actualized.
So we have to understand that we have to meet them at where that physiological need is first, and then be able to take it to the next steps. Again, safety. They need roof above their head, foods in their stomachs. And those are what's needed in order to actually get to that point of that therapeutic growth that they are willingly signing up for. And for us to be able to actually start to take our job to that next level with them.
For me, one of the hardest parts of the experiences of working at Healing Hurt People is regularly having to bear witness to the systems and the structures in this city and in this country that were not set up to support the people we serve. So, while I would never pretend that I know what it's like to be violently injured or that I know what it's like to hold the same identities as some of the people that we serve, being in such a close partnership has you bearing witness to structural violence. And it's hard. And some of the best parts of the job, it's like the other side of that coin is watching people heal and thrive despite so much it's unbelievable. I have a very clear memory one day of being at Project Fire at the art studio and celebrating someone's 21st birthday. And for him, becoming 21 was a moment of victory. So regardless of how we may perceive that, it made all the difference in the world that we had a cake and we had a few minutes to be able to acknowledge despite everything, I've made it past the age of 21, and that's victory.
No, that just reminded me about the difficulty of the work is to be able to, like you said, the system's failing, but also to be able to see that just how the environment can really affect an individual. If this is all they know, or this is all that they've been living, then how can they see something outside of what they're used to? And I mean, I think that goes back to what we try to do is to provide them with options.
At the end of the day, part of the trauma lens that we have is about the fact that healing isn't linear. And so each time you need us, we're going to do everything we can to be available.
We work hard, and to be able to work with them and for them to make those strides is just glorious to see and to witness. To be a part of their growth is something that it's just that you can't place a value on it.